Hello everybody, this is Mr. Cloud and this is the lesson overview for lesson 2A. This lesson deals with American fundamental principles. And principles is kind of a funny word, right? So there's a couple different ways of thinking of principles. There's principles, the men and women who are the leaders of schools, and that's spelled typically P-A-L-S at the end. And then there's principles like a foundational idea. The foundational idea of America is democracy, right? So we have that principle, which actually this is number 4 here, and several other principles that we need to explore in our study of civics. So the first one is the principle of consent of the governed. This comes directly from the Declaration of Independence. This is the idea that the people themselves are the source of all government power, that the people give their consent for the government to rule over them. Consent is another word for permission, and governed are the people. We are governed by the government. So we, the people, give our permission for the government to have power. The people are the source of the power of the government, of the government's power. So the people, if they choose to take away that power, they can do so. And that's what we did in the Declaration of Independence. We didn't like the king anymore, so we got together as a people and said we are removing our consent, our permission for the king to rule over us. We're our own separate people now. So big idea, very Jeffersonian idea. Second concept, second principle is limited government. That government is powerful, it's very powerful, but it can only do those things that we've given it the power to do. So the government's not unlimited. For instance, the government can't force people in America to believe in a certain religion or to say certain things or to give up their firearms in most cases and things like that. So there are limits on the government's power. The third principle that we need to examine is rule of law, that the law is the supreme thing in America. No one is above the law. In some countries, it might be a rule by a dictator, rule by a king, and the dictator or king can change their mind, or maybe the parliament can change their mind about things. But in America, the law is the primary thing. So for instance, if I'm a senator and I get in trouble, I still have to go to jail because no one is above the law. And democracy, of course, we all understand democracy. In that kind of system, the people rule. In a direct democracy, people vote on everything at all times, like in ancient Athens. But of course, we aren't like that. We are an indirect democracy or a republic where we elect our leaders to make decisions for us, which is our final concept here. The final principle is representative government. In a representative system of government, the people elect their public office holders or representatives, people like senators and presidents and things like that, to make laws and conduct government on the people's behalf, right? So we don't get together in direct democracy and vote on everything at all times. We instead get together every so often, every year, every few years, and elect our leaders, and they make all the big important decisions for us. And if we don't like their decisions, we throw them in office and elect new people who are more responsive to our wants and desires as citizens. All right, that's it in a nutshell. Thank you for watching.